I tried my hand at lots of things in those early years in Courant. Boltzmann's equation, some Monte Carlo stuff. I was very influenced by Donsker. I took some probability courses he taught, which are great. And therefore, I've always been trying to do something which has some probabilistic flavor. And but of course, the goal that became understanding turbulence, which was something I'd been interested in college. I took classes in turbulence then. And so I tried to climb to higher Reynolds numbers, and that was, of course, very difficult. The vortex method, which came next, was supposed to be an attempt at doing turbulence, but that didn't quite work out as a turbulence problem.
But the vortex method is returning to vorticity variables, which you had
absolutely
said goodbye to in terms
absolutely.
of creating the first set of things.
Yes. But it's different because, as you know, it's different. The idea is to try to the difficulty is you can't climb to higher Reynolds numbers numerically because the flow becomes too complex. So the idea was to try to remove the grid so you would have no numerical spatial error, diffusive error, and that became a grid-free method, and the vorticity being almost an invariant. That's the natural way to look at it. And I put a lot of work into that for many years.
If you have the method, the projection method, and now you tried it on several different examples and several different things, then what? Did you keep doing it for whiles, or did you sort of?
No, so my goal was to climb to go to turbulence, so to climb to higher Reynolds numbers. And I did some error analysis, some rigorous error analysis for the projection method or for difference methods. And you realize very quickly that the complexity of a turbulent flow cannot be, certainly not with computers of then, cannot be mastered by more and more computing power, more and more finer grids.
Well, it's still true now.
It's still true now.
Okay.
But at the time, certainly,
closer.
You get closer, but still, it's still very far. Yeah, it's you. There's a rule of thumb that each time you increase the Reynolds number by 1%, the computational effort doubles. So if you think how much now you have to raise it to maybe 2 to the power 100.
So this is a Moore's law for Reynolds number?
Yes.
In which every year you get 1% higher Reynolds number?
Yes, something like that.
Okay.
And you have to go, now at about 1,000, you have to go to 10 million, it's hopeless. So the vortex method was basically, I think, cute attempt, but ultimately unsuccessful attempt to look at turbulence.
What happens next?
One day, Peter told me, well, now you have to apply for an assistant professorship and start teaching. And I said, I wanted to be a postdoc some more, and he said, no, you can't, you have to teach because you have to start being promoted. So that's what I did.
There, you stayed there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What was it like to teach? Had you done it before?
No, it was my first teaching experience, and I'm not sure I took to it very well. My first course was a graduate course in numerical analysis, and I was supposed to, the idea was to use Isaacson Keller during the first semester, and I covered it cover to cover in 3 weeks, which was not a success.
I'm guessing the students didn't think so either.
No, obviously students didn't think so. But it's okay, I taught a variety of courses. I taught a fluid mechanics course, which I enjoyed.